you get in life what you tolerate. And so many of us are tolerating crap from people, whether it's friends, whether it's women that we're dating, whether it's managers at the workplace. You get what you tolerate. And it saddens me when I see guys that don't stand up for themselves, that don't enforce boundaries, because they just get preyed upon. They get exploited and then discarded to the side. And I want to feel sorry for them, but they've brought it upon themselves. It's your fault if people constantly take advantage of you. It's your fault. Look, there are sick and evil people out there that will do things because they're sick and twisted, right? But then there are people that won't do something like that if they find out that you're someone they can't fuck with. Because people poke and prod to test somebody. Women do it when they're dating a guy. They, as they say, shit test a man to see what he's made of. And it's an innate biological, I guess you could call it a response, right? Because they want to ensure that the man they're with is going to be able to protect and provide. So they don't want to end up with a fucking pussy of a man, right? A weak man who she can walk all over and take advantage of. So people will do that. They will test their luck. Friends, if unchecked, can take their savagery to a whole new level. There are guys out there who allow their friends to mock them and humiliate them publicly in front of other people. And look, there is banter. Don't get me wrong. You got to have banter with the boys and take the piss out of each other here and there. Of course, that's healthy. But then there are people that seek to humiliate somebody. That's different. When you seek to humiliate someone in a public setting, you are not a good person. You really aren't. But you must be able to identify when somebody's doing that to you and cut them off for good. People like that do not deserve to be in your circle. Gentlemen, you have to be careful with who you give access to. Access to what, you may ask? To you, to your time. Not everybody deserves to be around you. If you don't feel comfortable, trust your gut. Nobody feels good, for example, if somebody humiliates them publicly. It's an uncomfortable experience to go through, right? But you have to check that person. Be like, listen, the fuck are you doing? Pull them to the side. You think this is funny? And in that moment, you'll see what that person's true character is like. Either they will say, listen, bro, I apologize, and you will see them correct. This is how you know that they were genuinely apologetic. They will correct their behavior. They won't ever do it again. But if somebody apologizes to save face, but then does it again another time, that person does not fucking respect you. And in that situation, the best thing that you can do is to never see this person again. Just remove access to you. Right? Fire this person from your life is a great way to put it. And this, by the way, applies to the women that you're dating as well. You're dating a girl that's very disrespectful and ungrateful. That is not a girl that you want around you. You don't feel good when you're around her. And at the same time, she will make you look bad in public. Because people associate you with the people that you allow to be around you. They associate, you might be completely different. For example, you might not smoke or do drugs or whatever, but you're around 4 dickheads that do that. People are going to be like, look at this guy, what a loser. Now, you might not do any of this stuff, but the fact that you're associating yourself with people that do that, that connection is made. People judge, man. They do. And you don't want people to judge you negatively based on something that you can easily change. For example, you shouldn't be around people that do drugs anyways, right? So just don't be around those people. You know, I think it was Idris Elba actually that said this in a recent interview he had with John Cena. I think they have a new movie out together. I haven't seen it, but there was an interview between the both of them, and I like what Idris Elba said. He said one of they were dispelling the misconceptions or quotes that they've heard, and Idris Elba was saying that he disagrees with the quote that all publicity is good publicity. Idris Elba says that it's not. Not all publicity is good publicity. Some publicity will harm you. It will damage you. I mean, we see this right now happening in the US, right? Trump's association with Epstein. Even if the guy is innocent. Now, we don't know at this stage. It's not looking good for Mr. Trump. But just the fact that he was around Epstein for so long, people are going to draw the lines. You know, they're going to think, oh yeah, this guy's a pedo, this guy's this guy's that, right? So, look, enforce boundaries. Enforcing boundaries does not have to be done in a disrespectful manner. It can be done in a very gentlemanlike manner. You don't have to yell and raise your voice and start swinging when something happens, right? That's a sign of a lack of emotional control. I always preach stoicism, remaining calm and collected. But stoicism does not mean you take shit from people. No, it just means that you don't lunge at taking action emotionally when you're triggered. It just means that you hold your thoughts, or as we say here in the UK, you hold your horses, you think, and then you make a decision. And that will always help you. Whenever you pause and you assess the situation and then you take action, you'll always make a different decision than if you just reacted on it on impulse. It's never a good thing to react on impulse, right? So enforce a boundary in a gentlemanlike manner. I've spoken about this in previous videos. A friend of yours disrespects you, pull them to the side. Because you don't have to stoop to their level and also start yelling at them publicly. No. Bring them to the side. If it's a girl that you're dating, speak to her about the act of disrespect that she did. Listen, I don't appreciate that. I understand that you might have felt like that was a normal thing to do, but that doesn't work with me. You know, I don't do these things myself. That goes against my core values, whatever she may have done, right? And in that moment, she will look at you, even if she disagrees with you, right? She doesn't have to agree with you, because people are more than entitled to go their separate ways if their core values don't align with yours. They're more than welcome to go and do whatever they want to go to somebody else, right? And this is why I always have an open door philosophy, right? If somebody doesn't like their interactions with me and what I stand for and my values, the door is open. It's always open. You can go. I'm not gonna, try and negotiate my core values. No, these are my values. This is what I stand for. I'm not gonna change them for you. If you don't feel like we align in that respects, I wish you the very best of luck. And in a very graceful manner, I will bid them farewell. Okay? This applies to every aspect of your life. Corporately, right? In terms of your employment, same thing. I will rather walk away with my head held high than stay in an organization that is corrupt with some disgusting people. Because that money will feel dirty to me. For example, if a company's taking advantage of their customers, they're not revealing something that they should, they're preying on their customers. I wouldn't feel comfortable being in an environment like that. So I would rather leave than stay because I need the check. No, because not all money is good money. Not all money is good money. And not all people are good people. And I don't want to associate myself with people that are bad. Right? I don't want to be anywhere near those people. Because I want to sleep well at night. So I would rather struggle for a while than to be making money off of preying on other people. People will always respect you. This is the thing. People will always respect you. Even if they disagree with you. They will respect you for having fucking boundaries, for having a spine. But if you don't, they will look at you with disgust, especially women, by the way. A woman cannot love you, gentlemen, if she does not respect you. I'm going to say that again. A woman cannot love you if she does not respect you. Respect comes first. This is why it's so important for us guys. If we feel disrespected by a woman, we don't feel loved by her, even if her words say otherwise. She could disrespect you in the most humiliating way, but then say, but I love you, babe. You don't, because your actions are not showing that. Respect for men is very important. Don't give me the L word. Don't give me the love word if you do not respect me. Honor me. Honor your husband. And this isn't some misogynistic thing that I'm saying right now. I'm respectful towards the women in my life. Right? But I'm emphasizing how important it is for a man to feel respected by his woman. It really is important. So if you feel like you're around a woman right now who does not respect you, you got to cut this off. In most cases, it's probably too far gone for a lot of you guys. But if you're just starting to see a girl and you see something disrespectful, you got to check her. Check her on that disrespect immediately. Do not brush it under the carpet and, well, hopefully, fingers crossed, she changes her ways. No. She needs to know what you stand for so she can align herself with you. If she does not know what you stand for, she will continue to operate in this way, thinking that it's fine and that you'll accept it. Even inside, you might be like, why would you do that? You feel this frustration of what she's done. But if you do not speak up and if you do not enforce a boundary in a respectful way, as I said, enforcing boundaries, I know the word enforcing sounds very fucking serious and, savage to an extent, but it really isn't. You can enforce something in a respectful way. So enforce that boundary. Tell her, listen, I don't appreciate that. And honor your core values as well. Don't feel ashamed when you bring them up. No, honor your values. This is what I stand for. Yes, I don't like what you just did there. And if she changes her ways, you got yourself a good one. Because that's what a relationship is all about. It's about compromise. It's about understanding what the other person wants and needs. It's not about me. Yeah, but I want to do that. You won't go far in a relationship with somebody. You won't last if you only think about yourself. Me. What do I want? No. What does your partner want? Get out of this selfish mindset. What does your partner want? It's not all about you. You're not in this by yourself. You're in this with somebody else. So you got to know what they like and what they don't like. If you want to do whatever the fuck you want, stay single then. Stay single. You can't get the benefits of a relationship and yet continue to act like the savage animal that you are. Right? This applies to guys and girls. No, you got to change your ways. I'm not saying change your core values. No. Never change your core values for anybody. I don't care how tall, handsome, how curvy she is, whatever. Never change your core values for anybody. But other than the core values, yeah, there are certain things that you got to stop doing if your partner doesn't like it. That's if you want to have a long and fruitful relationship. If that's not what you want, well then, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, but you ain't going to be happy. There comes a point where you have to mature as a guy and become a man. Mature from a boy into a man. And that's when you start to realize that there's more to life than just you and your needs. This is what makes a man a great man. It's the fact that he gets up every single day and he thinks about those that he loves his kids and his wife and his parents. He thinks about them and he makes decisions that he knows honors those people. That's why a lot of people say when you have a kid, it changes you, because now you're not thinking about you anymore, your selfish needs. You're thinking about this being that you helped create. And when you're in a relationship with a woman, you can't continue to do the things that you were doing before. You now have to honor the woman that is in your life. And it saddens me when I see men mistreat the woman that they have in their life. This is supposed to be your best friend, your soulmate. And this is how you treat her? And especially people that disrespect their partner publicly. That is the lowest caliber thing you can do. It's an absolutely repulsive act. Disrespecting your partner is bad as it is, but disrespecting them publicly, yeah, you are the lowest of the low. You really are. You're not a man in my books. And by the way, this applies to women as well. If you disrespect your man publicly, you have not been raised right. You live in your bubble. It's all about me and my feelings. And no. Know where you are. Honor the man that you're with. Even if you disagree with him, wait until you're somewhere that's more appropriate and have a civil conversation. How somebody treats you when they're angry says a lot about them. This is why I believe that conflict resolution is what you should really focus on when it comes to whether or not a relationship will work out. Focus on how this person is when they're angry. What are they like? Do they hurl insults at you? F you, fuck this, fuck that. This is why your dad hates you. Do they go really venomous with their words? Because people that do that, they don't make good teammates. They don't. Think of your wife as a teammate. You're doing life together. If somebody fucking gets really venomous with you when they're angry, that's not a good person to have around you, because they may get venomous and then later on apologize and give you a kiss on the forehead and act all cute again. But the words can't be taken back. And this applies to guys as well. If you start insulting your partner, you got to remember, you can't retract the word once it's come out of your mouth. That's it. That person will remember what you said. So when you're angry, honor your person, your partner, right? Communicate what you're like when you're angry. Just say, listen, I tend to get really quite riled up, which is fine, which is normal, right? No one's going to feel great when they're angry. But communicate with your partner that you need some space and some time to cool down. Because as I said earlier, when you react impulsively, it's never a good thing. But when you take a little bit of time, even if it's half an hour to an hour, just to calm down a little bit, you always make better decisions. So conflict resolution, major point there. Focus on that. Well, if you're starting to get to know a girl right now, and you know you've been seeing her for a while, just observe what she's like when she's angry. That says a lot about a person. It really does. So yeah, gents, to wrap up the video, have boundaries, have a fucking spine. Do not allow anybody just to come in and mistreat you and do whatever the fuck they want. Remove access to people that do not respect you. And by the way, this goes beyond just someone disrespecting you. This is also somebody that you just don't like being around. There are people out there that you just don't feel that connection with. Or you notice that you've outgrown them. There are people that you will outgrow. You used to enjoy hanging around with them, and then a part of you just doesn't feel the same anymore. You're like, man, you know, when I spend time with this guy, I just don't feel like I enjoy it like I used to. Maybe they have conversations that you believe are just so surface level and they just don't really stimulate you anymore. And it's perfectly fine. Don't feel guilty for feeling that way, by the way. You know, I know some people may say, well, that's mean of you to... It isn't. Human beings evolve, we change. We're not set in stone. If you don't quite feel good with a interaction with people right now, you're more than entitled to withdraw yourself and slowly over time cut off the relationship. So it doesn't have to be that somebody mistreated you for you to cut them off. It could also just be the fact that you don't enjoy spending time with them like you used to. They don't talk about things that you find interesting. Maybe they gossip too much. They talk down about other people, and that doesn't sit well with you. You're like, you know, why am I here? Why am I spending time with these guys? And all they're doing is trashing somebody else, talking about what another man is doing. I don't enjoy this. So you're more than entitled to change your mind about a group of friends that you've had or a particular friend. You're more than welcome to say, you know what? I'm just going to start withdrawing myself. I don't feel like I really enjoy this friendship. I don't feel like it's good for me. And don't feel guilty for that. Don't. It's your life. It's your time. It's your energy. Don't waste it. It's limited. Okay? Thanks for watching, gents. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Let me know what you think down below as well. And if you want to check out the school community, the top 3%, this is a community where I teach men how to improve their communication skills, their confidence, how to socialize and network, how to improve their style, even though right now I'm looking a little bit relaxed myself. Okay, how to improve their relationships and fitness, amongst many other things. Do click on the video down in the description, or the link, shall I say. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. Have a good one.